I would like to do a really quick video on just basic symbology, just to keep everybody on the same page. And I'm just going to keep doing it over and over and over again till it becomes secondhand to you. This is the symbol for fire. This is the symbol for water. This is the symbol for air. And this is the symbol for earth. We can do them in their proper colors. Fire should be yellow. Water should be white, but it don't really show up here, so we use silver. The sun and the moon, silver and gold. Air is red. And earth is black. What it is, it's correct. So we have fire, water, earth, this is air, and earth. Now, I've showed y'all many times how you put these symbols together and you get the Star of David, which is a symbol of the changing of the ages, or fire and ice. This is the battle of fire and ice. Now, why I'm doing this video is somebody asked me what the meaning of the Freemason symbol was. It's the same thing. It's fire and ice. Because you don't have to have the bottom. This is fire. You put a line through it and it becomes air. This is water. You put a line through it and it becomes earth. So the Freemason symbol is water and fire. Our colors respectively would be silver and gold. And that's the Freemason symbol. Now if you've done the same thing, air, remember air has a line through it, and earth. And to make it right, I'm going to use the blue and just draw a line through it. Now you have the A with a line and the V with a line. So this is what I call, this is like hellfire right here. It's fire on water. But here, this is heaven on earth. That's what that symbol is. Just do a quick one of it. It's the same thing as the Freemason symbol with a line through it. And that's for heaven on earth. I know it looks funky and like a bug, but it should be in a circle. And it should do this. And that means heaven on earth. This is the symbol we want. Anytime you see a Freemason symbol, you should take a red marker. Let's use red. That way it does designate the air. And draw a line through it. Even your finger, just an invisible line. And let that be ritualistic for you. Even if you're like watching a video on your screen and that Freemason symbol pops up, just pause it and take your finger and draw a line through it. And start doodling this symbol everywhere. Because our subconscious and the universe works in symbolism. And all it sees is this. This is everywhere. But if we just simply done this, then the universe and our subconscious would recognize heaven on earth. And I know that's not what it looks like to anybody, but symbolically, that's exactly what that means. So give it a go. Learn your symbols. Also, take time to learn your astrological symbols. Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. Just go through them all and learn them. Start doodling them. You remember how when we were in elementary school and they made us do our timetables, or you had to write your ABCs over and over again until you got it right? Well, that's what you need to do with this. We have to learn this like children. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. That's the way I had to do it. And it took me 10 years. I'm hoping that with a little encouragement from me and a little help telling you what it is without having to play the game I did of process of elimination, then this can be much easier for you than it was for me. So I'm just getting my internet back on. I'm really tired today. I have to work this evening, so I'm fixing to lay down and get me a nap here and get up and go to work. And hopefully I'll be back in motion. As I'm uploading this video, I'll also be uploading a couple of charts I got done. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can here. You guys, please be patient with me. I had to unlist the previous video of the shadow nose because I started getting too many requests. So I just cut that one. Next time I'll just make it a completely separate video. That way it doesn't get tied in. And because I had to cut the video at about 1,000 views just to stop the request from coming. It was overloading my email. And those I have sent out to you. Check your emails for those of you who have been waiting on a reply. All right, go out and commit that random act of kindness. It's more important than you could ever possibly know. Love covereth a multitude of sins. I guess one thing I should say is about the fire in Notre Dame and what I happen to know about it. The Templars built Notre Dame right after they came back from Jerusalem, and they came back with the head of John the Baptist, which was the true sacrifice for the age of Pisces, and they came back with the correct information that, let me just put it up here right quick. Alright, here in Stellarium. This is not what they call the Virgin Mary. What they're venerating as Mother Mary with baby Jesus, Mother Mary is represented by Cancer, and that's the moon. That's the divine feminine. She's the matriarch, Mother Mary. This would be John the Beloved, or the feet of the Messiah. And this is who I call the other Mary, or the woman with the alabaster box. And she's got a baby, and it's not a boy. It's baby Mercury, and it's a little girl. And the Templars tell us her name is Sarah. That's what they tell us. I'm not going to get into the bloodlines and all of this and that. What I'm telling you is that the Templars came back with the correct iconography and legend for this age. That the Vatican has always been the Babylonian priesthood. They never were what we thought they were. Actually, you need to understand that the Pope is Caesar. Julius Caesar's title was Pontiff Maximus, and that is the title of the Pope. The Caesars and the Popes have the same title. They just moved from emperors to popes. But this is the Babylonian priesthood, and they have always venerated Jupiter and Mars. But the Templars came back with the other Mary. Some say Mary Magdalene, but we are told that this is a fact, the woman with the alabaster box, and she was a harlot. She was unclean, and she was touching his feet, and they told him that they didn't approve of that. And he told them that this woman would be remembered through all time, that she would be mentioned, that what she had done, it would be mentioned forever. And indeed it will. She washes his feet, Regulus, with her tears and dries it with her hair. I'm not sure where they get the virgin from. The New Testament pegs her as a harlot, but the star Spica, Asmec, is the undefended maiden. And maiden generally means untouched. So, depending on what legend you look at. But to me, they came back, and that the Notre Dame is the true temple for the age of Pisces. I'm going to say it again. Notre Dame was the true temple for the age of Pisces. The Vatican has always served Mars. That's why there's two fish. I've been telling you about the Old Testament fish and the New Testament fish. Now here's another thing. Uranus, the conscious mind, the planet change in the physical world, just entered cardinal fire. And when he comes into a sign, he takes away the old to bring in the new, just like Pluto's doing. Pluto and Uranus were both on the mutable cross for a long time. Now, and you people on the mutable cross, y'all have felt the brunt of that. Now Uranus is moving into the cardinal cross, and Pluto is not far behind. So cardinal cross catching that transformation next. Those of you in earth signs, fire signs, and on the cardinal cross will feel the brunt of that in the next couple of years. So you'll get a lot of fire right when Uranus walks in the door, and then it'll stop, and it'll give you time to do the purifying. And then if you don't do it, when Uranus gets ready to leave, that's when you're going to see a big fire. And then Uranus is going to go into Taurus, and this is when you'll start seeing earthquakes, rock slides, things like that. In Pisces, while Uranus was in Pisces, everything's flooded. The south and the east coast have flooded. India's been flooding. Indonesia's been flooding. All through the Middle East has been flooding. All this water right when it gets ready to leave that sign. So there's going to be a lot of water damage and then a lot of fire damage. And then you get the lull until Uranus gets ready to leave. And that's when we'll see a big fire right there, when the work did not get done. So that's what I have to say about the fire and its association, what it has to do with. You know, to me it was not accident. There's no such things as coincidence. So that leaves intention. And what they do for many reasons. They're never going to do anything for one reason. It has layers on it. It's like an onion. You can just keep peeling it off. One, evidence. They need to hide the truth. The Templars built into that architecture, into that building, the measurements would tell the whole story. That's the Pythagorean thing. And it encodes into an alphabet just like alchemy does. And also to hide the evidence. The Catholic Church has been up to no good for a long time. And then the obvious reason, which is the Catholic Church has been hemorrhaging money. I mean hemorrhaging. They're on the verge of bleeding to death over all these pedophilia cases. So this is a great way for them to get the church redone and then get some money out of it. And then you have to understand, on all these cathedrals, in the ceiling, just like in the rotunda at the Capitol building, all of these great ceilings, they have representations of zodiacs in the top of them. And that is the script. And to change the script, you have to change the zodiac. That's what you must repent means. The word repent actually comes, the way we get it, comes from an old French word. And it actually, in one of the originals, it actually said repaint. To repin or repaint, you got to redo the script. You got to redo the images. And I've talked about this amalgamation of this wheel they've given us. It's like they took a symbol from everybody. This used to be two donkeys. I mean, the stars themselves are the northern donkey and the southern donkey. Scorpio was an eagle. Libra was a serpent. Capricorn and Aquarius were one. It was Pan. It's just crazy how much has changed. But it helps to know what it is in the other traditions, and you can do that right here in Star Lore. You can go through all of them yourselves and learn. This is your homework. This is how you learn to carry your cross. This is how it's done. Nobody can do it for you but you. I can give you your natal chart and send you well on your way and get you far ahead of the game, but it's still something we are told to take up our cross and follow him daily. Follow Thalem daily. All right, go out and commit that random act of kindness. Create them when you don't have a chance. Keep on doing it till it's just second nature to you, to where you do it without even thinking about it. You know, I was raised in the South, and you always opened the door, and you always said yes ma'am, and you always said thank you, and it was just something we were raised to do. But now people don't do that. They don't show respect and honor to anybody anymore. It's like, get out of my way. You're in my way. I'm not sure whose way is any way anymore, but y'all know what to do. I don't have to tell you. You're grown-up adults. We're not children. We don't need somebody standing over us telling us what we need to be doing. You know the difference between right and wrong, especially if you're on my channel. I don't have to tell you. I already know y'all are all grown-up adults. Most of you are empaths. All of you are searching. You're looking. And intention is everything. It's what you intended to do. You know, Jesus was born in Nazareth. Nazareth was a sanctuary city. It was set up by the priesthood because their law was so strict that you were responsible for everything. And say that your donkey got away and it ran over somebody and killed them, then your life would be required. So a sanctuary city was set up to where if you did something but you did not have intention, you had no malice, you didn't do it on purpose, it was an accident, but the law still required your death, then you could be banished or exiled to a sanctuary city to where you would be allowed to live there. And that's what sanctuary city was then. And that's why they call him the Nazarene. That's why the Nazis stole that. They stole the NZ, the Nazi, the NASA, which is another play on words. That's another story for another time, though. All right, learn your symbolism. It's more important than you could ever know. Then when you start looking at all this different iconography and stuff, eventually you're just going to be able to read it like a storybook instead of looking at a painting